should you do a radon inspection when you're buying a house? Here's what I think. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Rebecca. I'm a realtor based here in southeastern Idaho, and I make videos every single week talking about kind of just all things life in Idaho, things to do here, tips for buying or selling, pretty much anything under the sun when it comes to that sort of thing. But like I said, today I wanted to talk about my thoughts on if you should get a radon inspection. Radon, and don't quote me on this because I'm obviously not an expert in this area, but radon is a type of radiation, I believe, from rocks, and so it basically comes from the soil depending on where you live, and sometimes houses can have a higher level of radon in them than the EPA says is safe. And so something that you can do when you're getting an inspection when you're buying a house is to add on a radon inspection. A lot of times people don't really know if that's a necessity or not, or if that's something that they should get. So I figured I'd just kind of talk through my thoughts on it. Obviously it depends on if you're worried about it and if you feel like you want to spend the money to know about it. And of course, sometimes the previous owners might have already had a radon inspection done that you can pull from. So obviously that would be great and super helpful if they have, so you don't have to, put that investment in when you're going through the inspection period. But a lot of times, at least here in this area, radon inspections are not that much money, especially if you're adding on to an existing primary home inspection. I've seen them anywhere from $130 to maybe $200. So it's not a huge expense, especially if it's something that you might be worried about. I would recommend doing it just so you have peace of mind, or you know what you're getting into. I have had quite a few clients do them, and I would say 90% of the time they've come back totally fine and radon isn't a concern. I actually just had some clients do one though in Idaho Falls, and it came back slightly high. So for reference, the recommended safe range of radon is anywhere from 2 to 4, and I don't really know where that measurement comes from, so don't ask me that. Like I said, that is definitely not my area of expertise. I just know that's what is generally considered the safe range. So anything above 4 will trigger high radon levels. But just to put that into perspective, I know that OSHA won't even let you step foot on a job site if radon is over 30. So that's obviously way higher than 4. So just to, keep that in mind, that if it's a 4.2, it's really not that crazy terrible, but it's also not amazing. So what do you do if there is high radon levels in a house that you're looking at buying? The most common solution that I've seen to this, and this is actually what my clients who just had radon levels come back high in the house that they're buying was, but there are quite a few radon mitigation type companies out there. There's a few in this area that are really good, and what they do is they can install a radon mitigation system. I honestly don't really know how that works. I just know that it helps to dissipate the radon and keep it in the safe limit. And that's generally, I've seen costs anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 ish to have those installed, but it's a pretty quick process. The clients that just did that had it done in a week, and it's obviously a lot faster to get it actually installed. That's just scheduling and stuff. So in terms of process, what this normally looks like is, let's say you add on a radon inspection when you're doing your primary home inspection. Normally you'll get results back. I've seen anywhere from a day to 2 days, so it's a pretty quick thing. So 9 times out of 10 you'll be able to get it done within your initial due diligence period while you're doing your inspections. And then from there, if it does come back high and you do want to get it mitigated, if it's a concern, you can either ask the sellers to pay for having a mitigation system installed. Obviously you can cover that cost if they don't want to cover that, or if it's something that you want to do later on down the line. Or, of course, an option is always asking the sellers to split the cost with you, or even just crediting that amount to you so you can get it done after closing or whatever. there's really a lot of options that you can do in that. It's just a matter of how the deal is structured and how flexible the sellers are being, everything like that. So obviously it's going to depend on like the market conditions and everything in that realm. Right now, sellers are definitely being a lot more flexible with terms and willing to chip in and help with costs or credits and things like that, a lot more than they were a year or two ago when it was a crazy seller's market. So that is definitely a plus right now. If radon is a concern and if you have to have a mitigation system installed or anything like that, buyers are in a good position to ask either for the sellers to pay for that or to split it with them or to offer credit or whatever it may be. But yeah, those are my thoughts on radon and radon testing. I know this is kind of a random topic, but I've just been experiencing it right now with some deals that I have going on, and I realized that I've never talked about it and I get questions about it sometimes. So hopefully that just gave you some insight into whether or not it's a concern and how the process works and what you can do about it and everything like that. But yeah, as always, if you guys have any questions on anything, feel free to drop them below, connect with me on social media, send me an email, whatever you want to do. Always happy to help you guys out. So until my next video, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.